the time. As soon as I get it done with the whole dude riding around with a Crip mask thing on, because he heard what I said about the Joshua Couture murder thing. So I'm just gonna document as much as possible so that when shit pops off, they know why. You know, because the cops are out here doing nothing about this, and I don't want them to, because then they're gonna try to sit there and try to have my dogs, you know, this and that, and I'm gonna have to explain to them, you know, even though they already know, like, what's going on. I've literally told them, and they're in my phone as well, go with the cop down the street. They're literally, like, playing it to where we both get after each other because of stuff that I said about local police, because their police departments are corrupt, and now you want to be more corrupt? That just makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? It makes no fucking sense. The police department is ungodly corrupt. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. You know, I said a bunch of shit like I was even a pedo or whatever. I'm not a pedo. I have evidence that I'm not. I literally, like, I said I was gonna, like, you know, become a terrorist, and, like, you know, because I'm a troll. That's what I do, is I troll on my channel. Like, it's supposed to be like free speech and whatever, and that's the whole point of it. And, like, I set it up to where they would now be having people in my phone, and you can understand what's going on. And now I'm helping the Trump whole thing, and so now we'll see what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm helping Trump out because they're hearing my ideas and giving it to Trump. So we'll see if you're loyal. You know what I'm trying to say? If you get them out of the neighborhood and shit like that, then we'll see. So, you know, it's whatever. They want to keep playing with it and shit, and they keep trying to turn off stuff and whatever, you know, and it's like this whole thing. They keep turning off my cameras and stuff. Well, I'll just have SIM cards now, and I'll have it to where, you know, this whole thing gets set up in a certain type of way, and they'll leave hopefully by then and go move somewhere else. They could have lived somewhere else for 5 years. They didn't want to. They just do it because they want to get after me. They're not gonna like it when I switch it on. So I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to sit here and do this whole badass thing and actually do something about it, because I'm worried about my family. I haven't bothered anybody in their family for years. I've never started it, nothing. They will come to my house and they will do this stuff, and I'm tired of it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the same shit. She blocks me into my car. She comes up and, like, they do all this stuff, and then when it's, you know, me doing it, you know what I mean? Like, when I do it back, because they just brought their kids today, and they're letting their little kids fucking harass me now. They brought their kids over and had them sit down on the thing, like right there basically, and they're like showing their ass and stuff, and they're trying to be like weird about it, as if like it's like, bro, I'm not an actual pedophile, bro. It's the whole point is I have the messages right now, and then I'm gonna make you look bad is the point. Like, that's the point. Like, if I would have known the chick was 14, I would have never talked to her. And as soon as she told me she was, then I got out of there. I was never gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I don't even think it was a real person. I think it was like somebody who was trying to set me up, because they've been trying to do stuff with the cops for years, because they're friends with the cops. The cops in this area do a lot of business with their types of people. Like, they all sell drugs. Like, the guy from Slice of Life is selling drugs with Sam and other people, and he's selling them out of his place somehow, and he knows the local drug dealers. You know, they're doing something like that, you know, or they're you know, they work with them a lot of times too, you know. So you know, something like that, you know. And then they also, like, they have like you know, whatever, like, associated with it, like you know, like at Da Vinci's, at the strip club I used to work at, the dudes were selling coke, all kinds of stuff out of that place constantly. 8 balls. This guy offered me an 8-ball once, or like was just pulled out an 8-ball as if I wanted all of it or whatever. And it's like, they all support the cops. They go there all the time, and they protect their business. It's like a huge ring of criminality in Florida. It's ridiculous. Florida has some of the most criminal institutes of business practices I've ever seen. Like, it's so, like, drug infested and just stuff like that, and they do this shit like, I just walked out there and they won't get off their motorcycle, you know. So it's just like, you know, they won't get off their motorcycle or whatever. And, you know, because like I said, if you want stress, I'll give you stress. Like, I'm not gonna start it, but I'm just saying, if you keep playing with my fucking, they've stopped it, but they won't stop trying to harass me and psyop me. It's a whole different story. Like, if you just stopped it and called it a day, and I'll let you take those wins over some of my dogs I don't care too much about. If you just stopped it, okay, because that's what she does. She kills dogs she knows I don't like. So like she specifically listens to my phone, and like will kill dogs that I don't like, as much. You know what I mean? Like Diablo, I don't care that much for. I do care about him and I love him, but it's like I don't like. It's not gonna like if I'm able to breed so many dogs, I will be able to like life sucks. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna mess with me that much. She knows though when she puts me in a bind, and like I have to think about if I'm even gonna breed dogs again, like because they tried to shut me down with the Craigslist thing and with everything else, and they go around to my jobs. Like they had police officers go to my job, and they were talking. It was an undercover cop or like an off-duty cop, and he was trying to whisper in the dude's ear because that was one of the trolls, and they would just prank me and shit because I was talking shit about departments, because some of y'all's people's departments are selling drugs. Like Slice of Life has something to do with drugs, or he's involved with someone who allows for drug sales at his place. I mean, all the people at his place, Sam's place at Slice of Life, are criminals. Like they are ex drug dealers, and they are meth heads that got clean or whatever. But then Jay is doing something with some people that he would like talk to that would come by or whatever. I don't know. Like it looked like they were selling drugs, and they would talk about shit like that. And because they all somehow were in my phone, because like the Hernando cop dude that works with them was always in my phone tracking me, I think, because they put him on me because they are friends with cops. Like they work specifically with cops to get people, and they were trying to get me for drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't do any dog fighting. And then they thought, oh, he's just crazy. I'm not crazy. It's none of your business what I'm doing. That's the whole thing. It's none of your business. Like anybody can tell that I'm not on drugs, like because the stuff I do doesn't even look like drugs. It looks like OCD occasionally. Like you people are crazy. Like you don't even know symptoms of stuff. I occasionally will have some OCD that I have to think through and process, and some autistic characters. I'm not, you can sit there and say I'm crazy, but like I'm not. I just do funky shit to mess with people. Like I'll look at the sky randomly to mess with people because I think it's funny, because I have a high processing functioning like kind of autistic brain. Like my brain is like in general autism, if that makes sense. Like I can focus extremely hard on certain things and get to production and functionality on multiple platitudes of things at once. And so can Elon Musk and other people, but they do it more like centralized on one topic or a various array of similar talk. I can do it for a lot of different things. Artistic shit, art, just like kind of like Kanye, but like I'm like a mix between Kanye and Elon. Like I can do it in droves and just come out and just pump out stuff rapid fire, like and that's not just like illogical shit like Kanye does it, to where he's making a point on free speech. I think that's really what it comes down to. It all comes down to him acting crazy because he wants to like assimilate it into society. I don't think he's that crazy, and maybe if he is, it's fueled because of his depression, because you can't do stuff like that. That's the way I look at him, and I can read people very well, and that's probably what he's doing, is that he wants to be an artist, and he knows that this is how you succeed as an artist, and it kind of broke him because he's got to be a little bit wacky, and he's doing that, and people are still hating on him, but he's still winning kind of, and he just keeps trying to play that line, and it makes him mentally frustrated and psychologically inept somewhat, because that happens to monkeys. Monkeys are, we're all monkeys, and if you think about it, like baboons and stuff, and mandrills and stuff like that, they get a lot of mental problems. That's why when I would go into mental hospitals when I was on drugs, I would act like a monkey sometimes, because I would be fucking with them to show that like we're all monkeys and like this is not that serious, and they would like try to cram me with as much medication as possible. It was funny, like, but the point is like, in reality, like that's what this is like some primate species, like they have severe mental issues, and like they do like twitching, and they just have like, because their brains aren't, like something's wrong with it, maybe like chemical imbalance, whatever, and it's not their fault usually. It's just a matter of whatever happened to them. Like I've been fine my whole life. I had no instance of, as soon as I took that drug and I was on, a lot of weed and alcohol, my chemical imbalance was crazy, and now it's regulated itself and I'm fine. So it's like, just, that's how it is. I'm not born crazy. I'm not a crazy person. I'm a high functioning mental person, but the point is that if you infuse drugs into that equation and bad health on top of it, that can be disastrous. You can become mentally inept, and that's what I'm trying to tell people, is like, this shit is a problem, so like I'll just and I can control myself, and I'll just slap it up, you know, and get better and stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, these people, they don't know how to stop. They don't know how to leave it alone. I have not talked to them about anything like that. I just say stuff to them while they're fucking trying to harass me. You know, I just be telling them, like, I'll just get the blicky if it comes down to it. You know what I mean? You can either leave and stop harassing me, or if you do something, I'm gonna blick you. That's all I'm saying. That's all that I tell them, is that I basically say I'm gonna defend myself. That's all I'm saying. I'm defending myself right now. If I talk shit to you because you've been on my property, I know it's you, and you keep harassing me over it, and you have little girls coming by trying to stick their ass in my face as if I'm going to, like, react to that shit, like, that's the shit I'm talking about, bro. That shit is insane. It's fucking insane. No one is a pedophile here. Like, I don't fuck with any of that shit. I was raped as a kid. I would never do that, bro. I would never do that in a million years. I'm literally a troll. Trolling is about getting a rise out of people. That's what it's about. It's like when somebody wears those little SS things when they're a biker, they just want, you know, they want to get a rise out of you. They wear like a swastika. The reason why they're doing that is because they actually, a lot of them were military dudes, and they would conquer you, right? And they conquered the Nazis, and they would wear their shit. It has nothing to do with racism. You know that, right? You all made it that way, and these idiots decided to play along with it. Now, there's obviously, back in the day, a lot of the Southerners were racist, but it's a combination of both. You know, and it's like a lot of them aren't that racist, and they're just like, and they were just grown up that way, and they, over time, they would have been fine. But all those, like, you know, symbols and stuff, like 1%, and it's all supposed to make you uncomfortable, the same way I'm making you uncomfortable. You see what I'm trying to say? And because it's free speech oriented. Like, I am a free speech artiste of sorts. Like, I like Kanye West. Like, he just does crazy shit all day. I do the same type of stuff. Like, you don't say nothing to Eric Andre. You know what I mean? You don't say nothing to Eric Andre for doing wild stuff, because he's a liberal. And he's already established himself as a wild person, and that he, like, helps everybody. That's what I'm trying to establish myself as now. But because I'm on the right, you guys will pick on me and Kanye West and Elon too, who's doing it now too in his own way. He looks like a robot doing the fucking Hitler salute. Well, it's technically a Roman salute. You all made it a thing, and now he can't do it. Just like Southerners is technically a Southern thing. That wasn't the only reason why they didn't want to take part in being a part of the rest of the country. They just wanted to do their own Southern shit. And you guys decided, no, we're going to fight them over it. You know, so that's what they wear their stuff. Now, they could be closeted racist and then that, because being slave owners was a part of it, but there was only like 25-30% of slave owners back then. You see what I'm trying to say? So, like, I'm a part of that group, like, where we all just, you know, I just basically, like, you know, become this thing, you know, and I'm not a pedophile, like, at all. I'm not anything like that, dude. Like, I despise people like that, but I also, like, you know, I love people in general, like, for being people, and I don't think that you should, like, torture them and put them in a gas chamber. You just put them in jail. They're a psychopath. Like, it's not their fault. You know what I mean? Like, you just put them in a jail cell till they die of their own age. You know, you don't have to worry about them not dying. They'll die of their old age, you know? So, you know, it's not something that you should be willing and wanting to do. Is just murder. Now, if you're, like, especially heinous, like, you can't even be kept in a cage because you'll just try to shank the guards and shit, then yeah, you could do stuff like that. You could absolutely do shit like that, like, you know, and put those people down, or excess people who have life sentences, you know, be my guest. But if it's like, you know, some guy who's just, he's all fucked up in the head, you know what I mean, or something, you can't do that to that guy. You know what I mean? If he's mentally all fucked up and he's, like, been abused his whole life or so, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, nobody here, though, is like that. I just troll people. I try to, and I was trolling too because Trump wasn't doing exactly what I wanted him to do, so I was like, I might try to sink his ship a little bit till he starts fixing it. But now he's also fixing so much, you know, I can't really sink his ship. Like, I've been going back and forth on it because it's such a huge thing that he's doing with not putting intersex and trans as a thing. But, you know, he's also kicking ass in every other way. And I think he is going to solve World War III. So, you know, like I said, with my help, obviously. But I'm the one who gave him most of the ideas. So, you know, that's just how it is. You know, I'll be like the next Kanye / Andrew Tate type of person. You know what I mean? I have proof that I've never talked to anyone under 18 unless I didn't know that they were. And then they'll be like, oh, well, I heard all the things that you said. You knew she was young. I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. I thought it was a fake account, to be honest with you. That was my prime. And then they're like, yeah, but you knew that she was kind of younger, possibly. I'm like, bro, there are some people who look like Hezbollah. Like he's 40 years old. Yeah, but she still looks like a girl, and that's kind of creepy. Okay, so I'm a kinky motherfucker. If she was 47 and she looked like a toddler, I might fuck. You know what I'm saying? If her brain is fully capable, you know what I'm saying? I might fuck. If she's got a fully capable brain, bro, I might fuck. You know, so. I want to get like a t-shirt that says this bitch is 47 and she looks like she's 12. You know what I mean?